Hey guys, finally October. Love this time of year. It's absolutely beautiful outside. I wanted to talk today a little bit about just kind of exposing some of the things that go on in the logging industry that most people aren't aware of or don't realize what's happening. And that is what we in the industry call timber jockeys. So these are guys that'll go out and will call themselves a consultant or a timber buyer, or won't even really say what they are. They'll just come knocking on your door typically, looking for timber, wanting to buy, and but not ever really sharing fully how they operate. So what most people don't realize is a lot of these guys are coming and the only thing they are doing is brokering the timber. And to be honest, there's nothing necessarily wrong with this. They come in and they still have to give a competitive price if you got other guys in. But what the shady part about it is they're not sharing with you what they're getting paid. So a very common practice in the logging industry in our area, this is West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, is you'll have these guys come in and they want to buy your timber. And the reality of it is they do not have their own crews. They do not work for a mill. They're just out there buying timber. And there is nothing wrong with that outside of the fact they're not sharing, like I said, with you what they're getting paid. So what they will do, they'll go in and get the timber under contract. So they'll offer you bids. Say they offer $50,000 for your trees. From there, all they do is sell that contract to a mill. And this is where things kind of get a little ridiculous. Their ultimate goal is going to be to take as many trees, for the most part, as possible. That way it's worth more for the mills, and offer you as low of a bid as they possibly can to purchase the timber. And what ends up happening is they'll take that contract. So say you agreed to sell the trees for $50,000. They'll take that contract and then take it to a handful of mills, have other guys walk the trees as well, see what they think, and then they will go bid this contract out. And there are times, I've heard of stories of guys 50% doubling their money. So they offer 50,000 and somebody else is like, well, it's actually worth X. It might be worth 100,000. And they pay him what it's actually worth instead of directly to the landowner. Now, that being said, consultants 100% do have their place. That's actually what I do myself, is consult landowners, but there needs to be clarity up front on what is happening. And the bigger issue I see is a lot of these guys do not care what the woods looks like when they're done. You need to be managing your woods. You can't be taking everything that's there. A lot of these guys want to do standard diameter cuts. They don't want to go in and mark the timber, don't do inventory. They don't do it the right way. It's generic and lazy. And at tops, these guys should be making 10 to 15% for their service. And there is a place for them. But this thing of going and not sharing with you what they're getting paid, how they're set up, and the way to avoid working with this type of person is just asking them, okay, so who do you work for? Are you on your own? What type of business do you have? Do you have your own crews? And if they don't have their own crews, they're not working for a mill, you're not going direct, they kind of are a consultant, but they're not willing to share what they're making on this, that's a red flag. For myself, I charge 10% commission on any timber sale, and I facilitate the entire sale. We've been in the business for going on 50 years as a family, and I've personally been in it for 12 years. And this is something that we understand very well on how to manage woodlots. And we've gone back through and harvested woodlots, 3-4 times over the course of being in business. And because of the way that we harvest things, we're doing it lightly. We're managing the woodlot. We're taking out the trees that need to be coming out versus going in and just doing a straight diameter cut and taking everything that we possibly can. So I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any questions, we'd love some feedback on the type of format in these videos. If you stuck around this long, drop a comment. Do you prefer a little longer form content? Do you like me sitting in my office with B-roll? Do you prefer this type of video? Do you like the fast pace, a little more high production value of the previous few videos? Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys like to see, and any questions that you have, we'll try and address on future videos. See you guys.